Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually one that I've been debating on doing since stuff has been coming out about this and so on and so forth. So I wanted to talk about, excuse all my books, I've got like books spread out everywhere from different studies I'm doing Bible study wise, studying for MVTNE and stuff like that since I've graduated. But today's video, so I've been kind of following along on the MLM Hun's Instagram. She's been kind of covering the whole paparazzi thing where they had a huge convention and a bunch of the people who attended the convention have came down with COVID, and unfortunately there has been some deaths. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I'm not doing this to harass any of these people or their families or anything like that. It's just to raise awareness, not only for, some people say, the panorama that's going on, but to kind of talk about it. So here we go with the video. As I said, don't reach out to any of these people. This is all public knowledge, so I'm not going to be blurring out much of anything. And you can see where the MLM Hun has actually spoke about it, where these people are publicly posting about it on their Facebooks, their Instagrams, that kind of thing. So they're willingly putting this information out. So I'm just using the screenshots. But anyways, I wanted to start off by saying that the actual date of the convention was August 2nd through 6th in Las Vegas. And it was at, I'm not going to pull it up there, but let's see. It was at the MGM Grand, which is like a huge place to go, first off. And you can fit so many people in there. I mean, you know, why not? It's a really good place to go. But that's where it was. It was, the convention was from the 2nd to the 6th of August. And then Nevada, and especially in a lot of these counties that were having higher panorama numbers, y'all know what I'm talking about, because I'm just going to say panorama, but their numbers had went up in between June 9th and July 24th, and it shot up to like almost 870 positives per day, which is scary. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there in Vegas and stuff like that, but still, that's a lot of positives per day. And 80% of those cases were from Las Vegas, which at the time of the article that I'm going to post down below, and then I will show you here in a second, only 39% vaccine rate as of July 28th for them, which I don't care what your stance is on the vaccine, whether you're for it, you're against it, you're on the fence about it, do you, I don't care. But the thing is, as you'll see in some of the evidence that I'm about to show you here after I show you the actual article that I had pulled up, and I will link below, from USA Today, that, how do I say this nicely? When you don't take any kind of precautions or even try to be safe in any way, shape, or form when you're out and about and partying and schmoozing and basically, and you know, at parties, you mix up drinks and stuff like that, and you start drinking somebody else's drink, and I mean, ew, that's gross, even when we don't have a panorama going on. I mean, come on. But my point there was that when you're not taking any kind of precautions, things like these things like this happens. You get a major event together, a bunch of people, and boom, you got a super spreader because nobody's wearing a mask, nobody's taking precautions, nobody's trying to stand away from each other, everybody's yelling and screaming during either concerts or people speaking, or the parties afterwards where you're talking with everybody and everybody's in a confined area talking. You know, it's going out in the air, guys. It's going out in the air. So I don't know what else to say and how else to tell you, but I'm going to show you this article here real quick, and then we'll go into some of the evidence. But I wanted to mention that the mask mandate for Las Vegas went into effect on July 29th of 2021, which is in this article. So they had ample time to send out emails to people that was going to show up and say, hey, you have to wear a mask. We're pushing the masks. And I'm not just putting the blame on paparazzi as well, but I'm putting the blame on MGM for not saying, hey, you have to wear a mask in my building. It is mandated. And I'm not even going to put all the blame on either one of them either. If you are too nicely, I'm sorry, but this is the nicest way I can say it. If you're too selfish to go into a building, there's going to be a lot of people for a conference and not wear your mask because you don't want to wear your mask, not because you can't, but because you don't want to. That is selfish. And that is disgusting. I'm sorry, but it is. So let's go to the article before I get on another pedestal. So as you guys can see, the video here is like buffering. So Nevada will require a mask in Las Vegas. Much of state following new CDC mask guidelines. And as you can see at the top here, it was published on July 28th, right before the mandate started on the 29th. Which it was an emergency order, as you can see. Requiring people in 12 of the state's 17 counties to wear masks in public indoor spaces, whether they're vaccinated or not, which I believe that both of us should be wearing it, unvaccinated or not vaccinated. So starting at midnight on Friday, the mandate became effective in Las Vegas, Reno, Lake Tahoe, and much of the state. Nevada Gaming Control Board, which regulates casinos, noted that Governor Steve Sisolakis, I'm sorry if I butchered that, Emergency Directive 047 applies to all employees, patrons, and guests. So all the employees, all the guests, all the patrons, everybody, they had to wear masks in the building after July 28th on the 29th. They had to start. Let's see. On Tuesday of that week, they even recommended that fully vaccinated Americans wear masks indoors in areas of high coronavirus transmission. All 12 counties included in Nevada's order have been substantial or high transmission rates of COVID-19, which it lists here: Carson, Churchill, Clark, Douglas, Elko, Esmeralda, Lincoln, Lyon, Mineral, Nye, Washoe, and White Pine. Let's see. And then they're also recommending for the schools, everything going back, which definitely should. And down through here is where I got some numbers. Tuesday afternoon of that week, 1,141 people were hospitalized statewide, 36 of them on ventilators according to state data. Let's see, the county has a 39% vaccination rate. I'm going to include all this, but it's got all the information here, talking about COVID and things like that, and then we're going into all these other stupid articles. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys that one before we got too far in, just because it was very public and known that there was a mask mandate put into place almost a week before the convention. So, just FYI, in case anybody was like, well, nobody knew. Yeah, they knew. They freaking knew, because it was made public for everyone. And all these businesses, it was made known to them, and they were supposed to be following these rules. So now we begin with some of the evidence. So I'm just going through some screenshots. There are some videos that I took a screen recording of, and we'll go through them as well. But this was actually in a group or whatever, and she was thanking everybody for coming out and purchasing online, and that she's been out for 2 weeks unable to work due to being positive for COVID, so that helps her supplement her income. She said, I'm feeling so blessed. And somebody was nice enough to say, hope you'll be all right, sending prayers, which I hope and pray for all of these people that did contact it, even though they did put themselves into this situation. I do hope and pray that they're okay and that they get better and I really do hope it's a wake-up call for them as well, because this is scary. Like, this panorama is scary. Okay? It's scary. And here's another one. I wanted to let you know that I won't be live selling for a while. Coming back from our trip, I felt ill, got tested positive for COVID. The panorama. I have been in bed the past few days taking care of my symptoms. I was putting wall drops on the VIP page to continue to add more pieces to my website. Please continue to shop on my website and wall drops to help my family out, for this is our only source of income. Thank you. I miss and love you all. And then here's a little bit of longer one, which I don't. These are all from the MLM Boss Babe. I'm going to link her Instagram below if you guys want to follow up with all this that's going on. So I've been feeling pretty down on myself since convention. I actually missed so much of the paparazzi action sessions from my migraines. I was so mad at myself for not showing up. We drove all the way to Vegas, spent so much money to get there and everything, and when I do arrive, I'm sick with horrible migraines. That put a big damper on the experience for me, but I did push through and had some great experiences on a few days, and had great fun when I could with my family. So I did make memories. Then coming home, I started getting sicker and sicker and continued all this week. Turns out I have a bad sinus infection and bronchitis. No panorama. The scary part is that a lot of my paparazzi family tested positive for COVID. People I would have met up with, hugged, and hung out with if I would have pushed through the migraines. I could have gotten the panorama. Added that to my bronchitis, and I would definitely be in the hospital rather than home with Mucinex and antibiotics. Sometimes you have to be thankful for certain steps you take and look at the bigger picture. I'll be forever grateful for the experiences I was there for, but thankful my angels were protecting me and my family's health, which she didn't end up with the panorama, okay? But I do feel bad that she's sick. But she was very lucky. Like, as she said, she could have been around people that were testing positive and then became even more sick than she already was, which she shouldn't have traveled if she was sick anyways, and with her migraines and such. I can't. But as she put below, the MLM Boss Babe, imagine feeling grateful for migraines. I mean, I'd feel grateful for a migraine over having COVID, just in my humble opinion. Alright, and then somebody else, please say a prayer for my paparazzi sister and also friend. She has the panorama, is now in ACU with pneumonia. First test came back negative, and a couple of days later it was positive, and she entered the hospital. Please, y'all, take this virus seriously. Every day it is someone else on here with it. Some people just have little symptoms and some don't make it. Please stay out of large crowds. Her husband also has it too. I don't know which one that one is, but... And then somebody made a comment. I was wondering about you guys. My granddaughter and other grandma that sells paparazzi, they all went to Vegas, and all four of them have the panorama. Prayers for you for sure. Get well soon. And this lady, I was looking here too, but as it was circled, I wait 5 days to get my test results. Be more accurate. If you do right away, the results might not show. Okay. And she was kind of giving her symptoms and things like that. Hopefully, and I'm pretty sure this was the one. I didn't get the screenshot. The day before, she had did an at-home test, and it said negative. So I'm pretty sure this is the one. If I'm wrong, somebody comment below and let me know. But this is so when all this was going on, on August 17th is when I took the screen recording. I went to check out to see if they had made any announcements or anything on Paparazzi's website. The only thing that they did was disable comments, because people were commenting very, they were very upset that, things like this was going on. So, I mean, as a business, they had to cut that off. So this actually came from Reddit, which the MLM Boss Babe also posted. They have been irresponsible and in denial about the panorama since day one. They had an outbreak at their shipping center because they discouraged masks. There was also an employee who tested positive days before the convention, and they didn't require the other employees who were exposed to get tested. Many of them went to the staff and convention after they had been exposed, which... Somebody had posted this on Reddit, so I don't know 100% if it's true, it really could be, because that doesn't surprise me at all. And take precautions, guys. You need to take precautions. This is dire. Like, you have to, even if you don't want to go get vaccinated, please take precautions. Not just for you and your family, but the people around you. Because we know so little, and we only know so much about this virus. And this panorama, okay? We only know so much. And we want to be able to get past this. Okay, this lady is another one that I can't stand.
Renee, this is what happened. I come home from Vegas and had sinus infection. I tested negative in COVID. So, that was a rapid test. Turned out that was probably wrong. It was not a negative test, I'm sure. I was already sick. However, I've just spent 5 days in the hospital with pneumonia. Pretty severe pneumonia. Apparently, I have one more pneumonia thingy-majigger to get tomorrow. I have to go back to the hospital tomorrow to get another one. But tonight we need groceries because I've been in the hospital.
I'm not sure I'll see these, but let me pause that. Well, these were updates that she... They had on a bitmap machine, which is causing her anxiety. Basically, all the doctor told her is that she had a long road to recovery, and she has no idea how long. Another update, still on 100% oxygen with 35% flow, hoping to wean her off in a couple days. When she moves around, her oxygen drops. It's currently 93, as long as she's not up. Ordered mouthwash for her mouth and throat. Also asked doctor for as needed order for mild sedative for panic if you needed for the treatments. Well, so see your oxygen levels improve. You're pretty much staying at 93% oxygen instead of 100. When you try to move around, it drops some. So these are some updates. But here, right here, okay. This is pictures where she was there, which it makes me so sad because I don't want to see anybody sick. I don't want to see anybody hurting. And just like reading through the updates and then seeing the pictures, it upsets me. Like I'm not making this video to harass any of these people, but it makes me so sad. I mean, they still could have got COVID. If she was vaccinated, she still could have got COVID. But honey, please. I mean, I'm not saying don't live your life. I'm not saying that at all. But in these massive events, please take precautions if you're going to go to them. Don't just go in there willy-nilly. Like, I'm not seeing not any at all, on this screen at all, anybody actually wearing a mask. And it's just upsetting to me. A lot of people are getting COVID-induced pneumonia. And here's another lady with pictures, and she doesn't have a mask on in any of these. Which she's the one that usually screams at people, if anybody, keeps up with that. And this lady had posted that she had just been brought up to ICU on 50 milliliters of oxygen. Level is 93, which is good. Reason for being in ICU is because of the high levels of oxygen that I'm on. For those who don't know, as I admitted last Thursday, due to having the panorama, I became sick after getting home from Las Vegas from our annual Paparazzi convention. I'm being well taken care of, and the staff here is just downright amazing. I will not be responding to any messages or comments here due to I need to keep resting. And that makes me sad too. Like, no, I don't want to see anybody be hospitalized because of this. Somebody else posted that they got the panorama and they've been very sick. Her hubby started to get up yesterday and today after 16 days of flat on his back. Holy moly. She's going on about 14 days now. 2 days ago, she couldn't breathe. She was crying out to God and praying. Oh my word. This is just upsetting. Like, this is more upsetting than me being angry about, which, here's just the regular screenshots of these. Did I already read that one? Yes, I read that one. That was the 2 screenshots of the last one. But it just upsets me so much because so many precautions that could have been taken so that they could have had a convention to where people where people could have been safe, where they could have been able to not have as many cases, which I don't think they should have had a 20,000 people gathering anyways, but and then here's another one. She tested positive for the panorama as well. If you want to read this, I'm going to leave it up a little bit while I'm talking. But, guys, please, 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 please. The thing is, with this convention and that kind of thing, with all MLMs, not just Paparazzi, but Beachbody, it works. All of these different ones, Monate, which theirs is coming up soon, and I hope that's not going to be an issue. Pruvit just had one, or they're having one, and they're not mandating masks. They're saying, hey, you have to wear masks on the way in. Like, to me, it is so super annoying because you've got so many people that's either going to get sick or going to come sick. And there was several people that I saw, and I didn't get all the screenshots. Like, this would be an hour-long video if I would have got all the screenshots that I wanted. But there's some people that showed up knowing that they had symptoms and they were sick and still showed up, still partied with everybody, just spreading it around, you know, to everybody else in there that showed up that didn't show up with symptoms and didn't plan on going home with symptoms or getting sick or even dying, okay? And that's irritating to me because with any sickness, people do this, like with the flu or anything. Like, if it's anything that they can spread around, they will still do it. And it just makes me angry. Who's this? Let's see. On August 2021 is the month of blessings, challenges, heartbreaks, and amazing memories. The experience of Paparazzi Celebrate Convention was life-changing in many ways, a true memory to cherish forever. I was able to meet my Papa Baby 2, aka Rhonda Conrad, for the first time. It was a priceless encounter indeed. I finally met our amazing leader, Erica Alexander Cole, in person. It was such an honor. Then a cat I have followed for 2 years and befriended, Chance Leith, was finally connected at the Denim and Diamonds party. It was a much honor to meet her, not to mention the other Papa family and Uplines too. Special meeting Taylor Kirby Pro was a highlight too. God blessed me with the ability to make a road trip with my bestie Sandy to Las Vegas and back safely, but with tragic endings. Sadly, we tested positive for the panorama. I was hospitalized and released yesterday. I will operate with safety first, and no orders or products will be handled until 8/30/21 to guarantee everyone's safety. My quarantine ends on 8/29/21, which was extended 10 days after I was placed on oxygen at the hospital. However, I'm no longer on oxygen, but sticking with the deadline to be safe. Please know that I appreciate all your prayers. And this lady here, it had been posted that she had passed away from the panorama. And I am deeply sorry for her family and those that were very close to her, because I'm sure that this came as a shock and it was painful, and they're going to be mourning for a while and asking questions and wondering why. And I'm deeply saddened by this because nobody deserves to go way before they're old and in a rocking chair, okay? Nobody deserves to go before then. And here's this lady again. And then it was an update that she passed, and her husband. So both Temple and her husband had passed. Which would make number 3, or would make 3 paparazzi consultants at this point, and this date was Wednesday. And this would be number 4. This was also Wednesday. And this was an update about 4 paparazzi consultants who contracted the panorama at our convention earlier this month. This is not a vaccine debate. This is not a mask debate. This debate is wake up. COVID panorama is real. You need to protect yourself and your family. I'm truly scared about our future. Please pray for those who have lost their loved ones. And she's basically, so at the bottom, the MLM Boss Babe posted pictures of the girl that posted this underneath it, and put, protect yourself, but also, here's me maskless at a super spreader by 2 women who are now dead from the COVID they caught at the super spreader. This is unreal, which it is unreal, guys. Like, please take this more seriously than you are. I mean, I get it. There's so many lies, there's so many questions, there's so many fallacies that people are seeing or bringing out. We don't know the full truth anymore. We just don't. No matter what you believe, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on, you have to agree that there's a lot of misconception, there's a lot of lies, and there's a lot of things that people have twisted around for their own use. Okay. There's another lady that was angry about let's see, and I guarantee that they will not say a single word because they never mentioned it a single time before convention except to say that they would follow the guidelines put out by Las Vegas. Irresponsible, greedy. I love their jewelry. That is no lie. I love the interaction with my customers, and I will miss it. I will even miss the good side of any former sponsor and the great team I left, but I will not miss the problems from never having to shop properly for new inventory, the horrible unexplained shipping delays, the constant system. This is somebody that left. And now the total disregard for the welfare of their consultant. Michelle gets it. Yes, she does. Thank you, ma'am. And then this is a post in an actual group for number 5. On 8/26. Had lost their life to the panorama. They have a ton of team members that have thankfully recovered from the panorama, but some of them that are still sick. Alright. And here's somebody else that was tested positive for the panorama. She hopes that she was going to mend faster than she did. Not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah. This lady did an update as well. There's another lady that was sick. And then I want to play this.
You know, there's this taboo about whether I should go live and talk about it or not due to business, but you're my family, so I know that a couple of us got it. Jody, hey Grandma, Jody has it. I gave it to Jody, obviously. I gave it to Jenny, so y'all give them prayers. When I got home, I knew something was wrong on my last day in Vegas.
And here,
my oxygen saturation is still really low, and my oxygen that they're having to use to keep it where it's at is very high, 55 liters. So we came home and
this just makes me even more sad and more worried about people that were at these events and that are still sick.
we were wearing masks, but
So this here, I'm going to restart this in a second. I had to get myself together. I had to sneeze and But anyways, this is an actual article from the denverchannel.com, and this is about the convention itself and all that, and I want to start it from here. Sorry.
we were wearing masks, but we were in an arena with 20,000 people.
What's more is there's more about that group Marissa was with.
The majority of them are unvaccinated.
And they said they were wearing masks. And there was clear evidence that they were not wearing masks. We were wearing masks. We were wearing masks. We were wearing masks. No, you weren't. You didn't have them on. You didn't even have them up above your chin, okay? You didn't have it up above your chin. If you're going to take a picture around maskless people, leave your mask on. I don't care. I mean, you're around people that you don't know their history. You don't know what they've been around. You don't know if they're going to be sick or have been sick or will get sick or anything like that, or if they're carrying anything. You don't know. And you have to be so careful. Especially right now with the new variant out, along with, regular COVID still being out, okay? This is what I was talking about. Somebody knowingly traveling with symptoms. Most every one of my friends here know my daughter and I sell paparazzi accessories, but do you know one reason we love it? Let me tell you, it's our customers. We left for Vegas on the 1st for our annual convention. While we were there, we started showing symptoms like mono for my daughter, and I developed a deep cough with difficulty breathing. We returned home on the 7th, and our symptoms got worse, and we were tested for the panorama. And our symptoms got worse. Oh, yeah, both positive. For the next few days, we were treated at home until I got bad enough that I had to go to the hospital and spent 5 days in the CCU and stepped down and came home on oxygen. It's been 25 days. We have not been able to be in our jewelry area. We are not touching any of the jewelry. We want to keep our customers safe, but our customers still respond to our posts and keep claiming the beautiful jewelry. Keep sending prayers and well wishes. We love them dearly and appreciate everything they have done. Why would you willingly travel if you are sick? Or go anywhere if you are showing symptoms of having issues? Oh, that's right, because the convention isn't free. It's not free. You gotta pay money to get in there, okay? You gotta pay money. Okay. No airline took temperatures. Oh, so we're gonna blame the airline. The day I flew home, my temperature was 104. This is sad. There were 15K of us at convention. Just sad. I still have it. Prayers for all. It says, Michelle seems to think that getting on a plane with 104 temp and the panorama was the airline's fault. All these women refuse to take responsibility for their actions, which is so true. Let's see. This 1 day apart. Somebody said that, and then just 1 day apart. Just 1 day apart. Read that. Just 1 day apart. I cannot believe it. And this is just... She posted that above. After she had posted, I'm losing my taste. My husband made a nice dinner. Couldn't really taste it. Didn't even taste the A1. Like I dipped it in nothing. Oh well, maybe I'll lose a few pounds. And then posted that about the vaccine. Nurse credits the vaccine with protecting her from COVID, a potential super spreader. We now have 9 verified deaths. This was yesterday. Please don't hide their name. And then this person posted, you ready? I had COVID and I was still making money. Create consistent income from the space of your choice. Become an energetic match to your customers and teammates. And call them in with ease. Combine mindset, soul, and strategy. Become truly unstoppable in your business. Create an ever-growing company that creates impact in the world, leaves behind a legacy. Step in and be ready to create limitless income and freedom. All from starting and working your business. Don't worry, I'll train you how. This is the toxic we are here to expose. This woman lied about wearing her mask at Paparazzi convention, screenshots in my highlights, contracted COVID, gave it to her son, and this is her takeaway from the whole experience. And anyone who thinks anyone who criticizes her is just jealous they didn't go to convention. And who done this? Probably some hater because he didn't get to go. Celebrate your success. I guess people just have nothing better to do with their lives than to make others feel miserable. They just mad because they couldn't go to convention, I'm sure. No, they ain't mad. Nobody's mad. Nobody's mad that they couldn't go to convention, okay? Everybody's glad that they couldn't go to convention, okay? Was it worth it, Misty? And then she replied, yeah. Interesting take coming from this woman who claims to be claims going to the paparazzi convention where people died and she got COVID that put her in ICU. Was worth it. So that was my last of it. But I just wanted to hit a few extra points here. I'm very anti-MLM because I believe, in my humble opinion, that a lot of things are cult-like. And when I mean cult-like, as in they brainwash you into thinking things. Like, when I was with the companies that I was with, just the manipulation tactics irritated me. Like using your religion to say, hey, oh, God put you here for this. You were put here for a reason. Which for me, as a Christian woman, I would easily go for that. And I'm not so easily going to be going for that kind of thing as from now on. But use the religion, use that you're a mom, use that you're a college student, and just try to relate to you and whatever. And then they really push these conventions because there's like, oh, it'll give you this big push. You'll feel great. You won't even, how do I say it? You won't regret it. You'll come out renewed. You'll boom, your business is set and on. When basically all that convention is used to get people to work harder, to inspire them to work harder, so that the uplines get paid more and the company gets more in. The company logically makes more money the first 2 months after a convention because of this. But with COVID being around and something like this going on, a convention like this and people coming out of it sick, not going to be bringing money in. Or people that came out of it and they didn't become sick, they are going to push, but people are seeing these kinds of things, and they're seeing that was irresponsible and very selfish for a company to not put any of their distributors' health first compared to a big convention that would bring them in money a couple months down the road. And second, I want to say this. Do not join a legal pyramid scheme that allows you, that has the loophole, not allows you, that has the loophole where you can technically sell stuff, but you still have to bring people in and rope people in to actually make any real money. So don't join an MLM marketing scam, okay? Don't join Beachbody. Don't join It Works. Don't join Paparazzi. Don't join Monate. Don't join Herbalife. Don't join any other one that you can think of. Mary Kay or Lime Life. What I think it's Lime Life. I don't even know what it's called. Or none of them. Just don't join them. Use some common sense. And I do want to say one more thing. Please wear your mask. I don't care if you get vaccinated or not, but please wear your mask. Please be respectful. Please social distance. And please wash your hands and don't spit in people's faces, okay? Be considerate. If you do want to get vaccinated, then go get vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, either way, please take precautions for not only your health, but everybody else's. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. I'm sorry that this one is super long, but this needed to be said, and it was something that I wanted to do. And I will see you guys in another video. I'm going to be reacting to some other things, and I may be putting out another Bible study or something like that. So like, comment, subscribe. Please share my video. Leave some comments below. If I missed out on anything, go check out the MLM No, it's the MLM Boss Babe. Sorry. There's another one I was thinking about for another video. The MLM Boss Babe, her Instagram will be linked below. She's super informed is what I want to go with, because I don't have a lot of MLM people anymore because I just get rid of them as soon as they start adding me. But go follow her. Check out the links below, and I will link mask mandates and things like that for all of that for your informational purposes. And I'll see you guys in the next video.